xQc is one of the most well-known Winston players in the Overwatch scene. So today, I wanted to talk about what exactly xQc does that makes him so famous, and how you can learn to play just like him. Winston may seem like a more simple character to play when you look at his abilities, but there are a lot of small things that he can do that can really separate a bad Winston from a good one. One of Winston's main jobs is to contest enemies on the high ground and to deny them that positioning by leaping up there. At the higher ranks, you will see a lot of these enemies are skilled enough to land headshots on an incoming Winston. So what xQc will do is a 180-degree flick while mid-air, so the enemy can only shoot at his back. This is a really smart way to engage as Winston against really skilled hit scan players. Some Widowmakers are really good at shooting Winston with a mid-air headshot, meaning Winston will die almost instantly once he lands. Practicing this maneuver will be really helpful for any Winston players out there, especially if you are playing at Masters and above. Another thing you'll see xQc do a lot is his use of Winston ult in order to force out an enemy Zenyatta's Transcendence. This is one of the most powerful defensive ults in the game, allowing teams to heal through what would normally be a win condition. Primal Rage is a very versatile ability, but if your team's win condition relies heavily on ultimates like Grav, Dragon Blade, or Dragon Strike, then a single Zen ult can cancel out all of that damage. So by forcing out a Transcendence early, it will allow your team to use their ult combos without any chance that the enemy's going to live through it. Primal Rage can also be used to force out other ults as well, so you can utilize this strategy for a variety of different situations. Do your best to track ultimates so you know who to target in a fight. One thing you'll notice xQc does with his jump ability is that he tries to maximize the distance he gets in the air. Whenever you go for maximum leap time, it creates more space before you land on the target. As soon as you activate your jump, it will immediately go on cooldown. This means if you take an extra second in the air before you reach the enemy, it's essentially another second closer for you to use your jump again. This is an especially good move whenever you are trying to dive a lot of enemies who are all grouped up together. Whenever you go for a lot of people, there is a potential for you to die before you even have your jump come off cooldown to escape. This allows you to have safer disengages, which is always great to have when facing team comps with a lot of burst damage. When it comes to Winston's Bubble, there are a lot of uses for it more than just to mitigate damage. You can see xQc use bubbles to block D.Va ults in order to save his team, sometimes even leaping towards the D.Va bomb just to make sure his team won't be blown up. When it comes to tank gameplay, xQc doesn't hesitate on putting his life on the line in order to protect his team. It's the kind of plays where you sacrifice yourself to save your team that will really help you climb. The Winston Bubble can also be effective to cut off enemy heals. Placing it on top of an Ana makes her unable to heal her team unless she wants to move into a worse position, which can be difficult to do, especially if you are being slowly chipped away by Winston's gun. You can also use it to block a Lucio's ult or Zenyatta's. Being able to deny the enemy team a defensive ult can have a lot of value. Lastly, xQc always tries to mix things up by using his lightning gun with quick melees. Alternating between using his Tesla cannon and the melee attacks is something he uses whenever fighting against an enemy tank for a few reasons. Doing this doesn't reduce his damage output, and in the end he is able to conserve his ammo, meaning he won't have to go in for a reload, which can be pretty costly in the heat of the moment. Additionally, when trying to deal damage to an enemy with armor, your melee attacks do more damage than your Tesla cannon. So all around, this is a much more effective way of fighting tanks with armor, and it's a pretty easy technique to master. Now that you know how to properly smash things just like xQc does on stream, you can start taking your Winston gameplay to the next level. As always, thanks for watching, and make sure to leave a like and to subscribe. I'll see you next time.